In the shadows where truth and tales intertwine, we find the thrilling, the chilling, the downright spine-tingling. From the paranormal to the peculiar, every echo has a story. Dare to delve into the unexpected, the unexplained? Brace yourself, for you're about to embark on a journey where fear meets fascination. Stay tuned if you dare, for stories that will make your heart race and your mind ponder. Welcome to the realm of the eerie, the realm of the unknown. And remember, like and subscribe, if you dare. The moon hung low in the ink-black sky, casting an eerie glow over the dense woods. A chilling wind rustled the skeletal branches, whispering tales of the unknown. I am Sergeant Turner, a retired Army captain who'd seen too many horrors in the line of duty. Yet none of those experiences had prepared me for the haunting mission that lay ahead. The orders were clear yet shrouded in mystery. A classified task sent from the upper echelons of military command. My objective was simple on the surface: find and retrieve a mysterious artifact said to be hidden in the heart of these foreboding woods. But the whispers, the rumors that trailed the end of those orders, they spoke of something else. They hinted at an ancient guardian, a creature of the night that defied all logic and reason. The Mothman. As I ventured deeper into the woods, the silence grew heavier, almost suffocating. It was as if the forest itself held its breath, watching, waiting. The only sounds were the soft crunch of leaves under my boots and the occasional hoot of an owl, a solitary sentinel in the night. The towering trees seemed to close in around me, their gnarled branches reaching out as if trying to pull me into their dark embrace. The further I went, the more the air thickened with an otherworldly tension. Whispers seemed to echo through the trees, their source indistinct. Shadows danced in the corner of my eyes, playing tricks on my mind. The artifact, it seemed, was not going to give itself up without a fight. Despite the growing sense of dread, I pressed on, driven by duty and the need to complete the mission. But I couldn't escape the feeling of being watched. It was a sensation that made the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end, a prickling awareness that unseen eyes followed my every move. I was not alone in these woods, and whatever lurked in the darkness was watching, waiting. As I delved deeper into the heart of the forest, the air grew thicker with an otherworldly tension. The once familiar sounds of nature were replaced by an eerie silence, punctuated only by the crunch of leaves under my boots. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath, as if bowing to the unseen force that ruled this domain. My name is Turner, a seasoned soldier, but in these woods, I was a stranger trespassing in a world that did not welcome my presence. The trees around me towered like ancient sentinels, their gnarled branches reaching out as if trying to halt my progress. The moonlight that filtered through the dense foliage painted a landscape of shadows that danced and twisted with every flicker of the wind. And then there were the whispers. They were faint, barely audible, like the rustling of dried leaves. But they were there, floating around me, brushing past my ears in an indecipherable murmur. These whispers weren't just sounds. They were carriers of a primal fear that seeped into my bones, a chilling reminder of the unknown that awaited me. My instincts as a soldier kicked in, and I gripped my rifle tighter. I was no longer just a man on a mission. I was a hunter, in a forest of shadows and the hunted. Ahead, shrouded in darkness, stood an ancient structure, its dilapidated form a stark contrast to the surrounding wilderness. Its cracked walls and broken arches were testament to the ravages of time, yet there was a sense of purpose in its silent existence. This was no ordinary ruin. This was the lair of the Mothman, the guardian of the artifact I sought. The moonlight cast an ethereal glow on the structure, and the air around it seemed to ripple with a palpable tension. A sense of foreboding washed over me as I approached it, my heart pounding in my chest like a war drum. I stood at the entrance, the darkness within promising a confrontation I was not sure I was prepared for. The entrance yawned open like a hungry maw, and a guttural moan emanated from its depths. With each step into the darkness, the air grew heavy with an unnatural stillness. The echo of my own breath bounced off the stone walls like a lone drummer marching to a grim beat. An ethereal glow filled the space, casting twisted shadows that danced and writhed with a life of their own. The walls were adorned with strange symbols, their meanings lost to time, and a sickly sweet odor hung heavy in the air. Suddenly there it was, a hulking figure obscured in the shadows. The Mothman. Its wings, vast and menacing, stretched out on either side, stirring the dust-laden air into a frenzied dance. Its eyes, twin orbs of burning ember, pierced the darkness, locking onto me with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. The creature stood as a silent sentinel, the last barrier between me and my objective. The presence of the Mothman was suffocating, an oppressive weight that seemed to squeeze the very air from my lungs. It was an entity that defied all logic, a creature of nightmares brought to life. Its gaze was unyielding, its eyes filled with an ancient wisdom and a predatory hunger that sent a chill through my bones. A haunting voice echoed in my mind, a sinister whisper that seemed to seep into my very soul. "Turn back, intruder," it hissed. Its words, though devoid of physical form, carried an undeniable weight. They spoke of untold centuries, of secrets better left buried, of a power that was not to be trifled with. My heart pounded in my chest, a frantic rhythm that matched the eerie silence of the lair. The Mothman, an ancient guardian of secrets, stood as an immovable obstacle. Its wings, spread wide in a display of dominance, sent a clear message. This was its realm, and I was the unwelcome intruder. But I couldn't turn back. I had a mission to complete, orders to follow. The artifact, a relic of unimaginable power, lay just beyond the reach of the Mothman. I steeled myself for the confrontation that was to come, my resolve unwavering. The creature's eyes narrowed, and a deafening screech filled the air as it unfolded its massive wings. The hunt was about to begin. The creature's eyes narrowed, and a deafening screech filled the air as it unfolded its massive wings. With a heart-stopping flutter, the Mothman took flight. Its enormous wings beat against the cold, still air of the lair, sending a torrent of dust and debris swirling around me. Fear gripped me, a primal instinct that screamed for me to run. I turned on my heels, my boots clapping against the stone floor as I dove headlong into the labyrinthine corridors of the lair. The Mothman's screech echoed through the tunnels, a haunting reminder of the creature that pursued me. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy, an unseen force that seemed to press in on me from all sides. Every shadow, every flicker of movement set my heart racing faster. The labyrinth was a twisted maze, its walls lined with strange symbols that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. My pulse thundered in my ears, drowning out the world around me. I could feel the Mothman closing in, its wings beating like a thunderous drum. The air behind me grew warm, a telltale sign of the creature's proximity. Its hot breath seemed to sear the back of my neck, a chilling reminder of the fate that awaited me should I falter. I pushed myself harder, my muscles screaming in protest. The world around me became a blur, a chaotic whirl of shadows and stone. The corridors twisted and turned, leading me deeper into the heart of the lair. The Mothman was relentless. Its screech filled the air, a haunting symphony of terror that echoed off the stone walls. I could hear the flap of its massive wings, the sound growing louder and more insistent with each passing moment. Every instinct screamed at me to stop, to surrender to the inevitable, but I couldn't. I wouldn't. I had a mission to complete, orders to follow. The artifact was within my grasp, and I refused to let it slip away. With a final burst of energy, I rounded a corner, the Mothman hot on my trail. The shadows seemed to come alive, reaching out to drag me into the abyss. Just as I thought I couldn't go on, I stumbled upon the ancient artifact, a relic of unimaginable power. In the heart of the labyrinth, the artifact lay dormant, shrouded in a spectral light. It was a sight to behold, a strange token from an era long lost. The relic was an enigma, a testament to the power that once held sway over the forest. It was unlike anything I had ever seen, an object of intricate design pulsating with an energy that seemed to hum in harmony with the beat of my heart. The power it emanated was palpable, a tangible force that radiated from its core, filling the air with an electric charge. It was as if the artifact was alive, its energy a heartbeat echoing through the silence. The moment my fingers brushed against the cool surface of the artifact, a shockwave rippled through the lair. The spectral light intensified, illuminating the shadows and casting an ethereal glow on the ancient symbols etched into the stone walls. The relic pulsed in my hands, a rhythm growing in pace as if excited by my touch. The Mothman's reaction was instantaneous. It screeched in what seemed like agony, its eerie glow flickering, as if in response to the artifact's energy. The creature reeled back, its massive wings flapping chaotically, stirring up a whirlwind of dust and debris. It was as if the very presence of the artifact was anathema to the Mothman, a force it could neither comprehend nor withstand. The atmosphere within the lair shifted dramatically. The oppressive darkness retreated, replaced by the artifact's radiant light. The whispers in the air stilled, the shadows lost their menacing edge. And for the first time since my venture into the heart of the forest, I felt a sense of calm. But it was a calm laced with an undercurrent of danger. The Mothman, though seemingly repelled, lurked in the shadows, its glowing eyes fixed on the artifact in my hands. The tension was palpable. A standoff between man, beast, and an ancient power reawakened. The very fabric of the lair seemed to rebel against its presence, but I had it. I had the artifact. I had uncovered a relic of power, a piece of history that held the potential to change everything. And in doing so, I had faced the unimaginable, the stuff of nightmares. But the mission was far from over. The echoing screams of the beast were always in the background as I navigated the maze-like corridors of a forgotten ruin, with the very air around me seeming to recoil in fear from the monstrous presence of the creature. Imagine the relief as I finally emerged from the nightmarish maze, the chilling cries of the Mothman diminishing behind me. Had escaped its clutches, but the terror of the encounter was far from over. Forest around me was eerily silent, the moon casting long, sinister shadows that danced and flickered like specters in the night. I found myself back in the familiar world, the dreadful artifact still clenched in my trembling hands. The horror of what I had faced is still haunting me. The memory of the Mothman and its lair is etched into my mind, a chilling reminder of the unspeakable darkness that lurks just beyond the fringes of our reality. As I looked back on my harrowing encounter, I couldn't help but reflect on the horror I had faced. I stared into the abyss and it stared back. The Mothman had burning eyes and mournful cries. The encounter forever changed my perception of the world. The Mothman would forever haunt my dreams, a ghostly specter of the unknown. In the face of such terror, one can't help but question their understanding of the world. The encounter was a stark reminder of the unknown, the unexplainable, the unimaginable horrors that exist just beyond the veil of our reality. But it was also a testament to the human spirit and the courage it takes to face our deepest fears, no matter how terrifying they may be. And so, our tale of the campfire horrors comes to an end. Until next time, sleep tight. Before we part ways, dear viewers, remember to stay vigilant. The campfire horrors may have been extinguished for now, but the embers of the unknown always remain. As you lay down to sleep tonight, don't forget the lessons from our tale. Safety is but a fleeting moment in a world of unseen. So if you've enjoyed this journey into the abyss, don't forget to ring that bell and smash that like button. Do it before the thing under your bed decides to pay you a visit. Oh, and keep those night lights on. You never know what might be lurking in the dark. Thank you for embarking on this terrifying adventure with us. Until our paths cross again in another tale of the unknown. Goodbye and sweet dreams, if you can.